We are PIA, Pakistan International Airlines, the national flag carrier and the most prominent Pakistani entity in the international skies. With our head offices in Karachi, we operate from two major hubs, Karachi in the south and Islamabad in the north. Flying passengers across the globe is our fleet of 32 state-of-the-art aircraft, with the Boeing 777 family serving as our workhorse, supported by A320s and ATRs. We are the first non-communist airline to fly into China, opening it to the world, creating truly global east-to-west connectivity since 1960s. First to connect Asia to Europe and Moscow. Upholding a tradition of introducing successful aircraft to the world, our 777 holds a world record of the longest non-stop flight. We are an expanding network of 27 international
In our 30-year history, Faizan Steel has become a leading manufacturer and a trusted partner in Pakistan's deformed steel bar industry, specializing in building of Pakistan with quality as our core value. As we continue to face new challenges, it becomes increasingly important that we are moving towards the one goal of becoming a symbol of quality for our people. In our 30-year history, Faizan Steel has become a leading manufacturer and a trusted partner in Pakistan's deformed steel bar industry, specializing in building of Pakistan with quality as our core value. As we continue to face new challenges, it becomes increasingly important that we are moving towards the one goal of becoming a symbol of quality for our people, for our clients, and for the communities in which we live and work. Guided by these values, in our 30-year
So here we are. This one is Austin Fire versus Houston Stallion. And the first wicket is gone. As you can see, the stump have been disturbed. The bales dislodged. And sliding fast in Tapeball cricket. This is the first USA Tapeball Cricket Championship being held in Texas. Of course, it's being played on the lights. So 3 runs, 1 wicket. Austin Fire, that's AFR. Amir, 3 runs, 1 wicket so far in the first over. Asif will be the new batsman. Fahad at the other end on a 3. A diving keeper stops that. Swing and miss by the batsman. Austin Fire batting. Austin, of course, a city in Texas. What's his first name? Oh, what a shot. And that, what? That was an awesome shot. The batsman, the bowler dug it in, bounced to good height, but the batsman was equal to the task. Played a magnificent shot through mid-wicket, but the fielder ran around, made a brilliant stop. And of course, the Stallions are from Houston. Hence the name Houston Stallions. Lots of deductive reasoning being shown by your commentators here. This is the bowler, another bowler with a very long run up. This is, we haven't seen him before because this is the first time we're seeing Austin Fire. No, he's bowling for Houston Stallions. I don't think we can play before. Right. So yeah, but he's another one with a very long run up, and matter of fact, I think he's further, he's closer to the boundary. Not a swing and a miss. Loud appeal. So Austin Fire on 5 for loss of 1 wicket. Uniforms of both teams are distinctive. Very nice looking tops. Oh no. So Austin Fire versus Stallions, and this, if I wanted to make a bad pun, I'd say horse race, but I'm not that type. horse country, cow country, and batsman doesn't get a hold of that, and there'll be no run and not dot ball. So pretty tight bowling here by the Stallions, and Austin Fire is certainly not galloping away in the scoring. (15-1), 2.3 overs of 6. Definitely not what you want to see in Tapeball cricket. And as soon as players get out of the way, we'll be able to actually see the game. Plays that square of the wicket because he didn't get a hold of it well. And another dot ball. So very tight bowling here by Awais Z. 4 runs scored off of this over. Here he comes, right arm swings, misses. So after 3 overs, 15 runs, even the worst that Matt can tell that that's a scoring rate of 5 runs and over. Asif is on 6. Fahad is on 3. You're watching Austin Fire versus Houston Stallions, and the score is 15-1. Austin Fire batting. David. And that's a pretty dangerous possibility of pillars colliding. So it's important to call a catch up in the air. Fortunately, we did not collide. But just a reminder to our players out there that in any format of cricket, you want to call those high catches. And by calling it, you know what I mean. You say you're going to go for it. Stay away to the other player, whatever way communicate that. Tries to sweep that one down on his knee and did not get a hold of it. So once again, I want to wish everyone a happy Independence Day for Pakistanis. And August 14th is the Independence Day for Pakistan. You're watching the first USA Tapeball Cricket Championship being held outside of Houston in Texas. And look for announcements about the next tournament, which should happen in a few months. If you're in the north, if you're in Canada, winter, and you want to come down here and play some tape ball cricket, and show you wait for, and that's a diving catch. Beautifully taken by the keeper. It was dropping just short in front of him, but he rolled in to his right as well and got that, David. So 29 for 3. Austin Fire in some trouble against the Houston Stallions. Ali H is the bowler, comes in. Oh, what a shot. Caught that on the rise and put it away with a spin and a swivel of the upper body. Gorgeous shot there by Ajlan. Yes. I mean, just a beautiful shot. So the bowler is Ali H to Ajlan. Tries to drive that one and misses. So good comeback by the bowler. Will he be caught? Was he caught, David? Yes. So we have the new batsman coming in. So it was not a bad shot, but man on the boundary was right there for it. And that's it. But he played that just gorgeous hook. I mean, that hook I would pay money to see. So Ali H gets his second wicket. 6 runs so far scored against him. And that was that delightful hook for 6. It's amazing how good his stats look right now. $35 for 4. So Asif on 13. Majid yet to face the ball. Austin Fire 35 for 4 at the halfway point. Should they continue at this scoring rate, they'd only have 70 on the board at the end of their innings. But even picking it up, scoring rate, which is now at 7, so let's say 10 runs and over, that still would not be a good total. That would only be 85. So David, Austin Fire, under fire here right now. Yeah. So will we see Austin Fire go down in the fire? And the Houston Stallions gallop into a win. Well, let's see. And is that a dot ball? Yes, it is. So the bowling for Stallions is really doing their job. And this bowler is Amir. He's taking 1 wicket for 5 runs. Long run up. Here he comes, Amir. Edge. There's a man there, and it's hard to say what that position is, but let's call it a fine third man. And the bowler comes out of the far dock. And the swing there by the batsman with intent, serious intent. Yep. But he missed. The Houston Stallions. Oh, nice looking shot, but he missed the ball. But the I mean, he looks so stylish, so good with that shot there. Remind me of that video of Alvin Calitran versus Dennis Lilly. It was exactly like that, except Calitran hit the ball. Oh, but that is a gorgeous flick. He might have gotten it more like an edge though, but it was a nice looking. This is a stylish batsman, David. Yeah. A bit of timing. Yeah, I can watch a batsman like this. Of course, I would want him to hit the ball, but in terms of style, he's got it. There it is. You got hold of that one. And 6. Yeah. And he picked that one up really nicely and got 6 for it. So after showing us 2 stylish attempts at execution, he connected on the 3rd and was rewarded with a 6. A fine pirouette. I love those pirouettes. Majid Khan was, to me, Majid Khan was the best at pirouetting. He was an opener for Pakistan in the 70s. I mean, that guy was so stylish and such ease. He did play in English county cricket. But unfortunately, at the Test cricket level, at that time, Pakistan didn't get a lot of Test cricket. So a great batsman like Majid Khan didn't play a whole lot, which meant in his career, I believe he scored over 3,000 runs. But that, when you compare it to people making 12, 13, 14,000 now, it shows you the number of tests, the small number that those players got to play. No, but just the ICC's schedules, these cricketers in those countries didn't get a lot of games. So the result is their career totals now don't even compare to modern or cricketers of the last 30 years. So they're forgotten because you look at stats, you don't see their names. Exactly. By the way, that was a six. What? No, no, I'm not getting blasé at all. That's a That's a rumor you're starting, David. You're like my brother. Oh, didn't connect well on that one. The man, I believe the keeper run around, couldn't get to it in time, and there's going to be some confusion here. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a difference. Well, I think some of these guys are surprised when they're asked to run because the idea is to like hit sixes and fours, and the expectation that you sort of failed if you haven't hit a six or a four. Yes, here comes Ali. Speaking of gully, that one is struck down to. There's a man down on the long up is there. Have some spectators in the line of vision. That's one, and it's Saturday night, so he's supposed to be coming. Yeah, well, he is a very accomplished fast bowler, particularly in reference to U.S. Cricket in USA. He did have a 2 year break because of injury, and I like not that I like to talk about the injury, but it's a good thing to talk about injury because it reveals a major weakness that we had in cricket in general, but cricket specifically in the U.S. I'm told from what I read, he was injured because he was asked to run 3 runs as a fitness part of his fitness training, which is ridiculous. Which fast bowler has to run 3, especially in days of T20 cricket? And he's bowled. So that's the 5th wicket fallen. The score is 50. That was Asif falling for 22. Awais getting first wicket, second over. As we were camera going again, we'll continue with this one. And yeah, so Ali Khan was out of cricket for 2 years because of that injury, and it really to me was totally unnecessary. Why are you having a fast bowler run 3 runs? as some kind of fitness test. But it was a pretty good example of the poor training that was called fitness training in USA cricket. He worked his way back to fitness, as we see our A's coming in, and this one is true to the wicketkeeper. He worked his way back to fitness and was even better as a bowler, and really took off from there. He was successful for the U.S. He got selected to play in the CPL, where he achieved some pretty good success, and he's played in some other leagues, including very nice driving stop by the wicketkeeper. He was selected in the draft for the IPL, but he did not play. So he's still to climb that mountain, but nevertheless has accomplished a lot. And he's achieved some stardom, which is also important for the game. And I understand he was pretty popular with the ladies in the West Indies because of his looks. So that too is great for the game, because unless you have, idols, sex appeal, etc., you're basically stuck in the water, stuck in the mud, the swamp, whatever you want to put it. Oh, and this is an attempted flick, doesn't get a hold of it, and they'll scamper a quick single. Pardon?
Stylish shot.
Yeah. But so Ali Khan really is a star, and he's shown enough in terms of what he's accomplished with his bowling that he's earned that. And this one is just dropped outside the office, kind of like a bunt and from baseball, and they get a quick single. And of course, it takes a high level of fitness to be a fast bowler. And he's got speed, by the way. He's pretty fast. He's capable of bowling above 90 miles an hour, or thereabouts, 90 miles an hour. And that's really hard to develop in the U.S. because if you as a fast bowler are landing on these concrete wickets, the artificial wickets, it's tough. It's hard on your knees, your legs. Adrian Gordon, I got it directly from him what that would do to him. It was one of the factors that made him not want to play at a competitive level anymore, because landing hard, and he was very fast. He also was capable of 145 kilometers, 90 miles an hour. Doing that on these wickets was tough, and also some of them you could slide, especially if there was a bit of dampness. You really, as a fast bowler, prefer bowling on turf. And that, when people talk about turf wickets, that is one reason that you want turf wickets. Not just because it's the only way. Yeah, the game itself is fine to play on different surfaces. You have to be adaptable. But there's certain things, like a fast bowler, that needs the turf wickets. Yes. And he's American, but of course of Pakistani descent. You're correct. Well, I'm not. I'm not. To be honest, I'm not sure about the born, but he's American. Yeah. So doesn't get a hold of this well, so it goes off to mid on. You try to hook it, and they'll get scampered too. Yeah. This one should be called a wide, and it is. 6-1 for 4. Austin Fire. Not on fire. Run rate of 7.32. And they're struggling. But of course, we haven't seen them bowl, so you never know. Yeah. And of course, something that plays a significant role in a team's performance is desire, and that can come out in your bowling and feeling. So if they can get, well, it's now in the 9th over, so I don't see them getting much past 80. Whatever they get, I'm sure they'll come out ready to press hard and defend.
Yeah, they're not well as the better teams have been doing. They've been a bit overwhelmed.
That's a shot like that is practically a defensive shot in Tapeball cricket.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be because that ball is zipping through.
Yeah.
Most of the bowlers are going for pace and it's zipping through when it comes off the ground.
Yeah.
So your reaction time and the bat speed has to be very quick. Some ball issues as these players are very specific about their balls. Here comes Ikra. Goes through to the keeper. A dot ball.
Camera angles tonight.
Well, for one thing, it's where you set up. But golf, it's relatively easy, even though the ball is small. In golf, it's relatively easy because you're hitting straight down the line generally. So if you put that camera, this one's high up in the air, will the fielder get to it? No, and it bounces over him. So he has to spin around. It may seem funny, but it's not funny to the fielder who has to spin, almost pirouette, and go after that one. Yeah, so you can set the camera sort of in the same line as the golfer, and because you film down, so you can follow that ball. Your main difficulty is how high or so the ball is going. So So that's another element, and you're going straight on. So the first thing, all you got to do, your challenge, is to get the height of the ball. And once you got it, you can, beyond that, it's easy because you just keep it in your frame. So it's nothing compared to cricket. Now, what I would do with cricket is that first of all, you setting the camera appropriately is important. But then you also, needless to say, speed with movement of that camera. But you can focus on the bat. So when the ball hits the bat, that's your starting point. Right? So that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it would be wherever the ball is, you pick it up. So you sort of anticipate the direction the ball is going to be hit. So somebody who knows batting, as that's another dot ball. and so I can anticipate a cover drive.
Yeah.
So I look for the ball going that way. I wouldn't be surprised though if I don't know if there already is, because I know with certain automatic cameras they can follow an object. So I don't see why we wouldn't have that at this point in cricket, where a camera is automatically following a ball, right? So that's another potential. I would feel insulted if I were a bowler. What do you mean? I'm that slow that you're standing up? So 70 runs for 5 wickets scored in that 10 overs, and this should be really easy for Houston Stallions. 7 runs an over in tape ball cricket is practically nothing, and so what will be interesting will be to see Austin Fire's approach, because they don't have a lot of runs to play with. So it'll be interesting to see how they try to keep, contain, and get Houston Stallions out, because containment alone is not likely to do it. So join us for when they start to bat, and that'll be in less than 5 minutes, as David and I get off a little bit so we can rest our voices just a little bit. So we're back on, and it's our East is gonna open the batting with Mohammed A. Houston Stallions. That's HST. What it stands for. Fahad F will be the bowler. This should be an easy task for Houston Stallions, but we'll see. Because if we know anything, we know that Austin Fire is not gonna give up without a fight, David. Yeah, well, for cricket players, you get out on the tiredness or whatever dissipates. The Houston Stallions have to get 7-1 to win. Got 10 overs to do this. So everything would say that this should be an easy task for them. But it wouldn't necessarily be so. I was wondering what you were seeing, David.
Take it.
Yeah, thinking slow. Is David watching the game on the other side? 6 runs. So, just so viewers know, when the ball goes in the deep mid wicket area there, between the spectators and the tents, it's hard for me to see where I'm sitting. So that's why I'll pause at that point to make sure that I'm saying the correct thing. I like this bowler. He has a nice leap for his delivery. And where this one is in the air. Oh, nice. Oh man, that way he was running and took that catch is almost like he's a wide receiver, running, looking back over his shoulder, and taking the ball. So that's a potential wide receiver there, and beautiful catch. If I were playing football, if I were playing wide receiver, um, well, I would just pick a number that's dear to me, but I mean, I'm sure you're thinking in terms of honoring maybe some wide receiver that I admire, in which case it would be Jerry Rice, whatever his number was. I can't remember at this point, but it was, yeah. Before the era of free agency, so they could be together for a long time. Well, I'm not saying it's money in the game, it's just the difference is free agency. So if you reach a point, especially in a game like football where your career can be cut short by injury, when you get a chance to make your big payday, you have to. Unless you're Tom Brady, where you can take a pay cut because you want to win. So you want to leave money on the salary cap for your team. Others, it's really not fair to you as a player, but you can make that choice as long as you're making that choice voluntarily. Well, then that's fine, one thing, and he's done that. And this one is played back down the wicket, and they run a quick single. So good piece of batting there, keeping the run rate ticking. You can never tell. I mean, because any professional cricket not necessarily be governed by the same rules that the NFL has, right? So you might not encounter the exact problems as we watch Shahan and this one is hard. This one chased, but ultimately it went down to the boundary and it's 4 runs. This one goes down to the boundary behind the keeper for 4. He got an edge off of it. They're coming. That's 2 4s in a row, 17 for 1. Cheyenne Imam has now had 9 runs taken off of him. Hawaii goes to 9 to 1. 54 runs in 8.3. Required run of 6.35. And this is a full toss. But tried to swing that away but couldn't. Perhaps it's the he was distracted by his trousers. Uh, yeah, because it seemed to be pretty high. Attempted flick and goes straight to the keeper. So another dot ball. And score is 18 for 1. So far, Austin Fire not having the impact Houston Stallions batting as they would have hoped to. And left-handed to face. So I'm told that a left-hander facing Hawaii. He's played for Pakistan in T20 cricket. Up short, and that's 4 down to the long leg boundary. I don't think the bowler knows that piece of information. Somebody might want to let the bowler know. Like when the time I was batting with someone who I later found, I thought that's a pretty good batsman, and since I had not been playing, I gave him the strike, right? To find out later on that he was the captain for the U.S. in the Under 19 World Cup in 2006, and not only that, he had the highest score for U.S. for quite a while in the Under 19 World Cup. So my assessment was astute, and but funny at the same time to find out afterwards. Most was thinking that I had not been playing cricket for let's say decades. Why am I batting with this guy? Like he has 19. He's the left-hander right now. There's non-strikers end. That was a like a cut we haven't seen too many of. Got a single for it, but from our point of view, it looked really good. So now we're going to see Awais. As we said, he's played for Pakistan in T20 hardball cricket. So, class. So, we'll watch this carefully as the bowler comes out of the dark at the far end. And that's 6 runs. He hooked that one well. Moves on to 25 8 deliveries. This one's in the air. Powerful shot. Fielder gets on it. And he's caught. So we're the end of that. Exciting batting from Awais, the Pakistan international player, is ended. 5 for 2. $35 for 2, halfway to. Tough job cut out for them after their baton failed them. And so, not surprised to see that Stallions going gung ho, basically galloping towards the winning total here. They have lost 2 wickets, so there is some hope for Austin Fire. And you think so? Good point, yes. Here comes the bowler. And that's a wide down the leg side from Ahmed. Oh, nice piece of cricket there. He dug that one in. It flew up into the air, bounced up pretty high, almost to the point where it could have been called a no ball. The batsman played an interesting kind of cut shot into the ground. It bounced up. The fielder at the square, sort of a point, picked it up nicely on the move and got it to the keeper. Oh, lovely shot there through the covers. Gorgeous cover drive. And only because this tape ball gets held back by any grass. That didn't go for 4, but that shot was gorgeous. So we're pretty happy to see shots like that, whether or not they get to the boundary. Yeah. Another good shot off the back foot. So yeah, these may not be shots that are going sailing over the boundary for 6, but they're so delightful to watch. You're watching the first USA Tapeball Cricket Championship, and anyone interested in playing in the next will be sometime later this year. You can contact Amir Siddiqui, and you can find him on Facebook. You can even contact me. I'll pass you on to Amir. I'm, of course, Lloyd Joda. I'm president of American College Cricket, among a few other things like singer and commentator. With me is David Sentence. And just so you know something about us, I, of course, have been doing commentary on all of American college cricket broadcasts since 2010. So basically over 120 matches which we've broadcast on TV Asia, on ESPN, and on Sony as well. So it's been a fantastic ride, and the experience has been great. And since I'm connected with the State Ball endeavor, I felt it important today be one of the people doing the commentary. And of course, David came in from the West Coast. California has just a high arm action, and the delivery there goes through to the keeper. Yes, David came in from the West Coast, Los Angeles specifically. And of course, he's also done about half of American college cricket commentary. So, pleasure, and we're a team that enjoy doing this together. And here we are doing tape ball. Oh, nice looking shot. Got up on top of that one and sort of cut it away past point. It was a pretty shot. Oh, no, this one's a cut. We're going to be showing a quick Pakistan flag raising ceremony in honor of Pakistan Independence Day, 14th.
Head on impact. Adil Amir Siddiq. Well, so again, we are going championship table national. The hats that you see. I would like to honor author America. He is the American president. It's a great thrill. Thank you for all of you guys are here, and so sorry that so thank you very much. So David, just a quick 30 seconds.
I just want to thank Amir and his and for the director for having us here tonight. It's been a tremendous event. It's a great start. I hope you'll be here 20 years from now and we'll be with beards and still talking about it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so Mr. Lloyd is here, so I would like to say some words.
Well, first of all, happy Pakistan Independence Day. It's a pleasure to be here because, for a lot of reasons, but Amir and I talked about doing a USA Tapeball Championship going back at least 7 years. And so to see it finally done, the hard work that Amir, tournament director Adil, and Issa here, the facility, put in to ensure that it's done. Of course, I had to be here to show the support, but of course, over a period of time, Amir and I have talked about this behind the scenes, so we've been working on this for a while. And of course, my friend here, David, is here, and we're just happy to see the happy faces, because this is beyond cricket. Having a social element in cricket is important, and we're seeing it in Tapeball. So thank you for coming out.
So guys, we will resume. As you see, both grounds are occupied. The games are continuing right now. We hope that we will have a bigger and better show tomorrow at the presentation ceremony here around, I would think, 7 or 8 p.m. So all of you, we ask you to come and enjoy with us and give our tribute to the teams who have participated all the way from. This is a real U.S. National Championship. Okay, so hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow at the playoffs and final. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now put the music on. Yeah, continue. Thank you. Zishan, कल काट लिया था ना, अभी है? आ नहीं सका यार। केक नहीं है।